What's happening, everybody? We're back with another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football. It's Brian. It's Brennen. It's week 12. How you doing today, man?
I'm just dealing with a calf thing, like every Indianapolis Colts quarterback, and then also, I guess you could say, basketball player too.
Yeah, can we just remove the calf off the leg? Do you really even use your calf? I know I don't. Mine are like nothing. I don't even. Yeah, I just fine without it. But yes, folks, we're here with the reps, just like Joe Burrow. We are taking first team reps here, lining up, getting ready. We have 13 games to get through. All of the Sunday slate, including Monday, and of course the Monday game coming out of that Thursday night game. Whew, was that a game? That was a game.
I'm putting my foot on the tip. Bills won, and they cover the spread. If not, then it's just another Eagles debacle.
Yeah, dude, which Bills team shows up? Because their previous two losses were on the road, and this one was on the road. But folks, as you're listening to this, you're sitting there laughing. You know what happened. We won't. We're recording this just before the Thursday night game, so we have most of the Thursday reports, but there's going to be a handful of guys. Keep an eye out. Friday practice might be big for these guys, like Josh Jacobs. Somebody's got his finger crossed.
I'm just, I'm holding out hope that he plays, because if he doesn't, I'm looking at some random RB off the waiver that's I never heard of, and I'm going to be like, please just score 4 points.
If only you had Kenneth Walker. If only.
If only.
Alrighty, folks, let's get started with this first one. It could be a juicy one, probably not, though. 2-8 Jets going to Baltimore, taking on the 5-5 Ravens in this 44.5 point over-under. Baltimore favored by 13.5. I think we've got 4 games with a double-digit spread. It's pretty wild here.
Yes, yeah, sounds about right.
Justin Fields benched again. I think he was benched earlier. I don't remember if it was a technical benching, but Tyrod Taylor will be the starter. Kind of staying away from him. But what about Lamar Jackson after that poor performance last week?
He's back at practice again. I think every Wednesday is going to be a dude's day for him. So, I mean, you're starting him. Unless you somehow picked up would you start Joe Burrow over him? I think that's a possibility if someone did drop him and you did pick him up, I guess, so to speak. I'm trying to think of like what's the realistic options you might have.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I'm going to stick with Lamar Jackson. Whether it be Joe Burrow, Joe Flacco, both of them are still going to be a little banged up going into this game. So let me have Lamar in this, what should be an easy game for him against the Jets.
Yeah, I agree.
Derrick Henry should be doing Derrick Henry things this week. I know the Jets defense kind of stepped it up this past week, but it's Derrick Henry. Come on, over 100 yards last week. I imagine we matched that with a touchdown as well.
Yeah, getting 100 yards on Cleveland's defense is very impressive. And the Jets obviously decided to give away everybody of a purpose on the defense. So yeah, I expect Derrick Henry to put up his projected numbers. I have it at 16 right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the player that the Jets didn't let go of? Breece Hall, the running back over there. Over the last 5 weeks, Baltimore's defense has been tough. Over those last 5 weeks, they're third against quarterback, fourth against running back, and first against tight end.
Honestly, it really just comes down to if he gets in the end zone. If he gets in the end zone, you're looking at a great week. But if he doesn't, you can look at the weeks where he doesn't, right? It's like Denver, 5 points, Carolina, 6 points, last week against New England, 7 points. Like, he has to get you a touchdown or it's a really bad week for you.
And I'd like to see him. I think Tyrod can move the offense just a bit more. So fingers crossed that Breece Hall can find your way in there, because I doubt you have a pivot option from Breece.
Yeah, there's nothing I'd want to pivot to.
Pass catchers. I see 2 out of the wide receivers and the tight ends that I want to play. Like Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews finds the end zone most weeks. So I'm willing to play those 2. How are you approaching the rest of this?
I'm kind of right there with you. It's Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, like Mason Taylor just seems like he might be tight end 1 if everything falls for him. I don't want to. I'd rather play Mark Andrews over him. And then John Mechie is just. It's interesting because he's projected 4.5 receptions this week, so he's projected to be the leader in receptions. And I'm taking a gamble on him because I have Marvin out, Cortland Sutton on a bye, and Jalen Waddle on a bye. So I have to find pieces, and he is one of them.
So you would take John Mechie over A.D. Mitchell?
Yes.
A.D. Mitchell is so much more talented, but yeah, at this point, he can't quite get it figured out. So
Catch
John
it.
Mechie,
Yeah.
He'd be the deep play. Who wins it for you?
Ravens.
Do they get 13?
Yes, I think they do actually.
I think so too. I think they take care of business. Last week was a rough one. It usually is against Cleveland, but let's get a bounce back game for them.
Mm.
Next up, a couple more in that division. We got oh wait, no, never mind. I thought that was Cincinnati. 6-4 Steelers taking on the 7-3 Bears. Going to give you a little sum there for calling the Bears taking this division. Long way to go still, but it's looking promising. In Chicago, they are 2.5-point favorites in this 45.5-point over/under. Talk to me about Caleb.
I don't know if I want to play Caleb this week.
Interesting. I have him at 10 right now, and I can't decide if I want to drop him just below that QB1 threshold or if I want to hold tight.
Him or Baker?
We're going to get to it. I got Baker at 16 this week.
Holy moly. Okay. All right. Yeah, because it's tough look. I think Pittsburgh does have a good defense, but if they're going to be on the field a ton, it could be a problem. That's because Aaron Rodgers did practice today, and so it's limited fashion. He's a broken wrist. It seems kind of dicey, but hey, it's all or nothing for him at this point. He is going to retire at the end of the year, so I think he's just going to go for it.
I guess Caleb Williams or Dak Prescott going against Philly.
I kind of like Dak. I just feel like the better options are there. The offense moves a little bit better, but the Eagles' defense is no joke. I'll just say Dak. I just like the weapons more.
Caleb or Jackson Dart against Detroit.
I'll say Caleb.
Yeah, I'm taking Caleb. Daniel Jones popping up with a calf injury against Kansas City, or Caleb Williams.
I'll say Danny. No, I'll say Caleb.
I'm taking Caleb there. I'm taking him over Sam Darnold, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, it's just not good matchups this week.
It really doesn't. Like, there's a cliff. And it starts at like QB 8 for me this week. Running backs, DeAndre Swift is the guy, so you're playing him. Monungai sold a touchdown last week, but it's touchdown or bust for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Jaylen Warren. I mean, I guess if he's out there, it looks like he's trending to be out there. Returns to practice Thursday. Do you think it's going to be close to like a 50-50 split? Is Gainwell in flex territory for you?
I mean, if you have no choice, then yes, I agree. I think there'll be like a 60-40 split, maybe 50-50, just like you said. So at that point, like, sure, I'll own half the snaps. And he does get some of the receiving work, I feel like, for Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah, he's got, I mean, last week he had 8 targets. And I don't know how many were from Mason Rudolph, but he seems to get a healthy amount of receptions regardless of the game. So I'm okay with Kenneth Gainwell on the flex.
Then we go to the wide receivers. Daddy Odunze was on Twitter this week, so that gives me a little bit more confidence in Rome Odunze. I mean, no problem playing him.
No problem. I mean, obviously you've had ups and downs, but he's currently he's wide receiver. What on the year? Is he 14?
20 right now.
20 right now?
Yeah,
okay.
He's had a wide receiver 55, 8, and didn't even get a point 3 weeks ago. So it's been a rough 2 of 3.
You know, you're hot and you're cold, but you got to take those chances with a player like that.
Speaking of hot and cold, DK Metcalf over there. Are you playing DK Metcalf or Rome Odunze?
I'll say Rome Odunze.
I think so too.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf has to get involved for this game to be a decent, some sort of shoot. Get us some sort of in the mid 40s of the points.
Yeah, I agree.
Outside of that, like Luther Burden, he's trending in the right direction. I don't want to play him. DJ Moore should be back for this game.
Wait and see.
Yeah, Colson Loveland, I think he falls in that same territory of like Mason Taylor. He has big playability, but he's still splitting it. Cole Kmet was top 8 last week.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't want to touch this tight end anywhere. Like Jonnu, Darnell, Pat Fryermuth, Loveland, any of these guys, I want nothing to do with them.
Yeah, hard pass. Who wins it?
I'm going to say Chicago.
I'm tailing. Give me Chicago. I like it. 2.5 points. It's too close anyway for me to want to get the points from the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, it's the 9-2 Patriots taking on the 3-7 Bengals and a 51.5 point over under. Ka-ching. New England favored by 6.5. The lines, the points have gone up 2 points, and the lines moved down a point. New England opened up at 7.5. So this must be Joe Burrow. This has to be him, starting with the starters the last 2 days. If he's out there, you playing him?
I think he's out there. One, a lot of the prop bets have been taken down from Flacco. Like, they definitely have eliminated all Flacco prop bets, and I think they're insinuating Joe Burrow is going to start. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Joe Burrow's back. I didn't think it'd happen, and here we are.
It's a good matchup. The Patriots a really tough team to run the ball on, so passing's definitely there. Cincinnati, they are the best matchup across the board. I've got Drake May at QB1. Probably should be closer to QB4, but it's Cincinnati. It is just Cincinnati, so give it to me. Let's talk some running backs. Chase Brown is a hard matchup for him. He gets all of the touches. Samaje Perine looks like he's going to miss this game, so you're putting him out there.
Yeah, you're putting Chase Brown in just because of the sheer workload.
Travion Henderson, Ramondre Stevenson, looks like it'll be both of them in this backfield. I mean, you really can't pivot away from Travion Henderson. Like, no matter how you think it's going to go, whether it's 70-30, 50-50, Henderson has to be out there.
Scoring 5 touchdowns in 5 days, and they're going to put a dude who's fumbled, I think, 5 times this season. So, yeah, it sounds about right.
Do you play Henderson? Or, I mean, Stevenson?
I mean, I'm in a pinch. So, yeah, like I can think of a lot of lines. I think he's a flex play for sure, just because, I mean, Vrabel's made it very clear that he's going to play. So, I think he's going to get work.
I think we luck out because we get this matchup. So even if it all of a sudden is a 70-30 in Henderson's favor, Ramondre Stevenson can fall in the end zone and it still might make up before his day. So I don't mind the play this week.
Yeah.
How are you looking at these wide receivers? We got Booty back. We have no Chase because he can't get a spit in his mouth. So I think it's like Higgins and Yoshivas on one side, Booty and Diggs on the other.
Yeah, I'd rank it as Higgins, Diggs, Yoshivas, Booty, and then Matt Collins is somehow in that mix.
I like that. I like that a lot. Booty, you're playing him as a wide receiver 3. He has, big play potential. He can get a 75-yard touchdown potentially, but you have to more play him as that wide receiver 3, going in there maybe as a flex with upside.
Yeah, like his game really, it's like 4 receptions for 28 yards, and then you better hope he gets a touchdown. Like before he was injured, though, he actually was on a tear. It was 93 yards and 2 touchdowns, 55 and a touchdown, and 75 and a touchdown. But it's his first game back. Maybe he is something, but I would project get his sea legs underneath it, and we'll see what happens the following week.
Hunter Henry, great tight end streaming option for you. I really like him. They are on a historic base for how bad they are, Cincinnati, against tight ends. And Noah Fant, just because Jamar Chase is out, if this gets close to a shootout and Burrow's back, I could see worse. Like, Fant falls in that, moves up into that, Mason Taylor range for me.
Now, let me ask you this. Does Christian Gonzalez scare you at all for T. Higgins, just because of how good he's been against the wide receiver 1?
A little bit. Okay. A little bit. But T. Higgins, sometimes all he needs is a catch or two. If he goes down there and catches some big bomb, gets down there in the end zone, bodies him up. I think, you don't got a pivot option. Come on. Who wins it?
I have New England.
Yeah, give me New England. They're going to get a skid. They need a skid here soon. Like, there's going to be a game or two they drop, but they're not in 2. They're hot.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to Detroit. Yes, and Jackson Dart should be back for this one. 2-9 Giants taking on the 6-4 playoff-less Lions. 50-point over-under. Detroit's favored by 10.5. Crazy. Chiefs, Baltimore, and Lions are all outside of the playoff standings through 11 weeks.
I think it changes for a couple of those teams, not all of them.
I can't imagine a world where the 3 of those don't make it in. I think it's completely plausible, but it would blow my mind if those teams didn't make it in. They're just a shoe-in. They should be.
Chiefs are outside looking in. I think they have to win out.
It's rough.
Because Denver has a pretty easy schedule, if I'm not mistaken, or not like a terrible schedule, so to speak.
Denver's cake. They do play Kansas City again, but I think they've got that locked up. The Chiefs are 1 game behind the Jags. Jags do have the tiebreaker, but yeah. Baltimore's got the best shot at just being 1 game behind the Steelers and sneaking in the playoffs there.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Crazy. Jared Goff, nobody's getting more top than him rest of the season. He's domed up the rest of the year, so he's a great play for me this week at home. And then Jackson Dart. Give me a Dart. If he's out there, I'm playing him.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I just don't know. Like, it's a new play caller, so I am kind of curious to see how they kind of handle him. Like, they maybe are a little more, but I think it's just in his nature. If he sees a lane, he's going to go. So I think
Hmm.
that's just, I think you got to go with that narrative.
For the running backs, Jameer Gibbs is the easy play. I think David Montgomery is a safer play this week. Just the game script, double digit point favorites should fall in the end zone at least once. They keep talking about wanting to get him more work, but who knows if that's true.
Yeah, in these games that I've noticed where they've been favored like quite a bit, he's gotten like against Washington last week, he had 15 or 2 weeks ago, 15 for 71. And the games where they've been like big time favored, he's done pretty well for himself. So yeah, I'm right there with you on that.
How are you looking at Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary this week?
I'm looking at Tyrone Tracy as it was last week for him in Chicago. I think he's still going to get a ton of work in the ground, but I do not see it being so much forward for the receiving game.
Yeah, right now I've got Tyrone Tracy at RB 27, Singletary at 37.
That's probably fair.
Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, we're going to play him. JMO, I mean, usually it seems like they should be able to hold this game down pretty well, so maybe they don't need him, but he's been heavily involved since the bye week. 7 targets, 6 targets. He scored a touchdown in each one of them. He makes your top 24 this week.
Oh yeah, they definitely said they were going to try to get him more involved, and I think Dan Campbell is definitely doing that. You just paid him, like I mean, treat him like what he is. Just he's a burner. Use him like that.
On the other side, I'll play Wandale. Wide receiver
Yeah, I'll play
three-ish.
one too. I mean, I'm going to say a dart throw, but Isaiah Hodgins might be the crack the top 36 this week. Just saying, he might.
Hodgins or Parker Washington.
Hodgins.
Wow, I thought I was going to have to keep moving. Yoshivas or Hodgins.
I'll say Yoshibas.
All right, cool. Theo Johnson, again, he's in that just outside of tight end 12 for me. He's in that streaming possibility. If he falls in the end zone, I think he gave it a good day.
Yeah, he needs a touchdown to be fantasy relevant, it looks like.
Who wins it? Or I guess do they get the points, the Lions?
Well, Detroit wins for sure. Remind me of the spread again? Is it 10 and a half? Yeah, they get the points.
I think so too. I was pretty confident a couple of weeks ago that they were going to get the points against Vikings. Didn't work out. I think they get it this one though.
Yeah.
Next up, let's go to Green Bay for there we go. There's the Vikings right there for you. 4-6 Vikings playing the 6-3-1 Packers in Green Bay. 41.5 point over under. Green Bay is favored by 6.5. I have both of these quarterbacks. Well, one of these quarterbacks, quarterback 2, and the other one, quarterback 3 for me. So I'm really not looking to play either one of these fellas.
Has Jordan Love had a good fantasy week? I mean, he hit it in Pittsburgh.
He's trying to see QB 6, QB 1, and QB 8. But outside of that, most of them, all but one, has been below QB 18.
Okay. I just think, again, it just goes back to losing Tucker Kraft. Jaden Reed, I don't know. Did we get any update on Jaden Reed? Is he going to play or not? I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything for this week, so I think we might be out just one more week.
Yeah, I don't have him in projections either, so yeah, I think he's out. So it's just a lack of weapons for him. We're going to be talking about the running backs after this, but yeah, I don't want to start any of those guys because the alter ego 9 just sucks.
Yeah, you're lucky if you get 9 points from him. Jordan Love, I'd be more interested in playing him if Josh Jacobs is in, but if he's out, this game could get ugly. This could just be a defensive brawl.
I want to be mean. I want to just see what his projections are for an interception this week, since he has 5 in the past 3 weeks.
JJ McCarthy.
Yes, it's my thing's not loading up fast enough, but yeah, I was very curious to see what is he how much money do I have to bet on him to win money if he throws an interception? Let's see. He's a 2-1 favorite.
He's 2-1 he's favorite. Thrown 8 interceptions. Crazy. Number 9 is showing up this week.
Yes, sir.
For running backs, Aaron Jones, it's a hard matchup for him, but I'm willing to put him out there. Just the utilization. Josh Jacobs, he's an easy play if he's in, but if he's out, talk to me about Emmanuel Wilson because it feels trappy.
I don't want to talk to you about Emmanuel Listings. I have so many Josh Jacobs stocks, but no, I'll talk to you about him. He's gonna be just fine. I think he'll be like an RB2. I think he'll probably have around 15 attempts. He'll be a B minus version of Josh Jacobs.
Okay, I've got him right around RB20 this week, and I've moved him up a little bit, and he's come back down, and he's gone up a little bit, and he's come back down. So I'm not fully confident in where he sits this week.
Like if he gets a touchdown, he could be fringe RB1. Like fringe.
For sure. It's going to be that touchdown dependent. He's going to need that to bring it in. As far as the wide receivers go, Justin Jefferson, you can't bench him. But are we at that conversation with Jordan Addison?
I mean, I'm at the conversation with JJ McCarthy, so it's all everything's off the table. He got a touchdown last week, which just saved him. But yeah, I'm out on if you want to bank on a touchdown for Jordan Addison, by all means, but I'm out. I've been out on the receivers for Minnesota just because of purely the quarterback play.
Jordan Addison or Parker Washington?
Parker Washington, I guess. I don't know. They're both gross in my opinion, just because of Jacoby Myers being there, Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, it's just they're both gross.
Well, I guess on the other side, for me, I kind of look at Dobbs as a PPR floor play, and then Christian Watson's the ceiling play. Yep. Where is Addison amongst those two, the Green Bay wide receivers?
I'd say below Dobbs, above Watson, just because I think Watson, you're really banking on like a 40-yard touchdown, and I mean, I guess Addison. I take that back. I'll put Addison below both of them. I just want to play nothing of these games. I don't Justin Jefferson's the only one I want to play. Just to be clear,
I want Watson. But I'm sick. I've got a problem. His route share increased each and every week. But yeah, he right now the yardage looks good, look decent. There's a nice floor there, but the touchdowns is what pushed him over the edge last week. So you really need that. I don't know how many of those are going to be in this game. Hawk and who? Yeah, no thanks. I'd play Musgrave over Hawkinson.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Because God, that's just the most frustrating thing in the world. Who wins the game?
Packers.
Seems like a game they could lose, but they're at home. Give me the Packers. I'll take it.
If they were in Minnesota, I would have said Minnesota.
Yeah. Alrighty. Here we go, folks. Fandom's popping out. It's the boys. 8-2 Colts taking on the 5-5 Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs are favored by 3.5 in this 50-point over-under. And folks, maybe it's a little biased. Maybe it's probably not, because it's just actually true. The Colts have had the Chiefs number for a number of years. Even when we didn't want them to. Even when we said, no, we want to lose this game. They still somehow come out there and win it. So I think all bets are off. I think we have a decent chance here. But let's talk quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, you said, has a calf injury?
He does have a calf injury. They were being as quote-unquote precautious with him as much as they can.
Yeah. Well, luckily for us to win this game, they got to give it to Jonathan Taylor 30 times. So, maybe it won't affect him too much.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Daniel Jones at QB 13 this week, just outside my top 12. Patrick Mahomes, though, securely in the top 6.
Yeah, I mean, he's, like I said before, for him to win this game, he's going to have to utilize his legs, because we just got back. I mean, this is like Colts talk here, but Mooney's coming back. Shardarius Ward, I should say, for the cornerback, and then we have Sauce Gardner, so now it's locking up their wide receivers. We just got back another linebacker who's a great coverage linebacker. So, yeah, I think Mahomes is a great play this week just because I think he's going to run a lot.
At running back, Jonathan Taylor talked about, he's going to get the rock. He should get the rock quite a bit. It's a hard matchup for him, but if they're going to win this game, they have to feed him. So I'm confident that he'll get the work he needs. On the other side, Pacheco's back.
Gross.
Hunt was looking fine. Looking
Gross.
just, viable without Pacheco. Now that he's back, do you want to play either one of these guys? I know DeForest Buckner's not in, so you can run a little bit better or have an easier chance to run on the Colts, but I don't know.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to, because you're banking on one. If I want to pick one, I'm going to pick Kareem Hunt every single time just because he's a goal line back.
Kareem Hunt or Jordan Addison?
Kareem Hunt.
That might be the question of the day. Let's get to these wide receivers. We got Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy on one side. You've got Michael Pittman and Alec Pierce on the other. How would you rank the four?
Rashee Rice, Pittman, Pierce, and then Worthy at the bottom. I think
Okay.
Pierce is a better version of Worthy.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's right where I see him. I see, even though Pierce has looked a lot better than Pittman over the most recent weeks, I think this is more of a Pittman week. This is how they're going to need to win. Pierce, I just like getting over the top on the Chiefs just doesn't happen. So I don't know how many opportunities he's going to truly have.
Yeah, I agree.
Tight ends, I mean, we know Tyler Warren's in those starting lineups.
Travis Kelce's also in your starting lineup too.
Yeah, that's true. He's been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Despite him being old AF. Yeah, tight end 3, 8, 2,
Tight end
21, 9, 5. He's also got a 10 and 8 finish in there. And that's been pretty good for Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Despite me not rooting for him. Who wins it?
I have
Or
the Chiefs.
we don't have to answer. I forgot. So now you finally learn not to bet against Patrick Mahomes. Now, when you should be backing the boys, the fellas, taking the Colts. I've given them too much flack. I'm going to take the Colts.
I have all these fears in my head that Daniel Jones is going to be hurt, and then I'm going to cry. And we're going to start Riley Leonard.
We don't even have Anthony Richardson to slide out there.
No, he's got a broken eye.
Got popped in the ass with a rubber band.
Exactly.
Oh man, this one might be pretty gross. 7-3 Seahawks looking for a bounce back after last week's loss to the 1-9 Titans. The loss wasn't to the Titans; they're playing the Titans. 40-point over under. Seattle's favored by 13. Sam Darnold 4 picks last week. Great matchup this week. How do you view him?
It's one of those things where one's going to do better than the other. Either he's going to throw for like a few hundred yards and a couple touchdowns, or Ken Walker and Zach Charbonnet just go bonkers. So is a possibility for both? Yeah, sure, absolutely. But I think the more likelihood one is going to happen over the other.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've got him at QB 14. Just trying to play it safe. If he has a, like you said, if it's a Matthew Stafford-esque game where he's scoring 3 touchdowns, then yes, he'll be great. But if the scores are via the defense, like we saw a few weeks ago, or through the running game, he's going to have a pretty disappointing game because I don't think it's going to take much. Tennessee played great last week. It was a divisional game against Houston. That's just how those things work.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Ken Walker getting hyped from the coach last week, found the end zone. I think we can just declare him RB1 on the week. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. Because Charbonnet doesn't exist over there or anything.
No. Yeah, Charbonnet, RB3, high-end RB3, I guess, for me. But Ken Walker's the one I really want to start.
I mean, that's fair. I think they're both have a chance to fall in the end zone. So
Charbonnet more than Walker, possibly. But that's not what we're talking about. On the other side, Pollard's dust for me at this point. There's no upside at all through the passing game. At least Spears, that's kind of where he's making his money there. 5, 3, 3, 4, 4 targets since he's come back from the injury. Bad game script, I think that he might be able to make do. But again, it's like, would you rather play Spears or Charbonnet?
I think I'd rather play Charbonnet.
I'd be okay with either one. I think they're probably back-to-back in my rankings if I pulled it up. Can you name more than one player that you like to play outside of these running backs? Is it just JSN and we're out?
Yeah, it's just JSN, and it's kind of impressive. His lowest receiving yard game in the season is 79 yards.
That's bonkers. That would be why his over-under prop is like 99 most weeks. That's crazy. Yeah, JSN, you're putting him back out there. Maybe Rashid Shaheed gets some work in this easier matchup, trying to get him more acclimated to the offense. It's nothing I'm playing. AJ Barner had a great week last week. I believe it was 10 targets he had.
Yeah.
Or, 10 targets 11 targets, 10 receptions, 70 yards. You could do worse if you don't have one of those top 7-8 tight ends. I think he falls in that, like I said, the Mason Taylor category.
If you had to pick one from the Titans, who are you starting? What, either wide receiver or tight end?
Oh my god. Seattle's actually kind of bad against tight end. So no, I'm not going to Okonkwo. Hell, he's banged up.
Gonna go Gunnar Helm?
Give me DK.
Okay.
Logs of full practice on Thursday. I guess give me DK.
Okay.
I don't like that at all. Moving to, or I guess who wins it?
Seattle by points. It's everything. Yeah, this is an easy matchup for Seattle.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Tennessee didn't stand a chance. Nope. All right, let's go to Arizona. Let's talk about this one. Could have some fantasy implications here. 6-4 Jags going to Arizona to take on the 3-7 Cardinals in a 47.5-point over/under. Jacksonville is favored by 3. Jacoby Brissett, QB1 for 5 straight weeks. That's right. That's right. We replaced Kyler Murray with a good quarterback, it looks like. I'm playing him, but Trevor Lawrence, how do you feel about that?
I don't feel good. I would say, like, would you say he's a worse version of Jordan Love?
Yeah. Very similar situation.
Like, that's just how I view it.
There's pieces, maybe not elite pieces all over, but there's talent all around him. And it's just ugly each and every week.
Yeah.
Unless he's rushing it in, like the Kansas City game where he ran in twice.
Mm-hmm.
He's had 2 double rushing touchdown weeks. It's crazy. Trey Benson, I don't believe he's going to play this week. But if Benson's in, you're playing him. And if Benson's out, you're playing Bam Knight. Is that how we're going about it?
Yes. And I'm sorry, all the Benson owners out there, is I have so much Bam Knight stock that I just need one more week, and then you can have your Benson for the rest of the season. I will root for Benson to score as many touchdowns for you as possible, just not this week. Please be Bam.
God. If Benson and Emmanuel Wilson play this week, folks, I might be doing the show solo next week. I don't know.
My playoff chances are ruined, like in a lot of leagues. Like, I'm on the outside looking in.
God, that's rough. Etienne, Tootin on the other side. Etienne was limited Thursday as well as Tootin. Tootin was taking over the backfield this past week before the ankle injury. He did have more touches than Travis Etienne. How do you look at these, I guess, together, and if one plays or not? I mean, I guess obviously if it's just one of them playing, that's the easy play. But if both of them are in, how do you look at it?
It's still ETN for me. I get it. It might have been a game script thing where they just like Tootin more, but I'm still gonna lean ETN until I see like a multitude of weeks where it's Tootin.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't sit him. I'm playing him. Honestly, there's a league that I have to play him. I don't have any other choice. Arizona 23rd up against the running back, allowing over 22 points per game to the position. I'll play them both regardless. You know, if Tootin's out there, I'm putting him out there as a flex. ETN's RB2 for me. The wide receivers, is Michael Wilson really the most enticing wide receiver in this game?
Well, Brian Thomas Jr. doesn't have a dog in him, so yeah, I can see that.
He does, but it's just a little it's a little tiny dog with no hands. Yeah, Michael Wilson, I feel confident in playing. As far as the other guys, I've got him at wide receiver 36, 38, and 47. For the Jags wide receivers. BTJ is wide receiver 47.
Oh my God. I was like, he's got to be 36. He's got to be oh, wow. You are calling your shot.
I do quite a bit of tweaking between now and Saturday before I officially post them. They're over on Fantasy Pros, but I don't feel good, and I just want to be out. You know, if I'm wrong, but I just don't want to try and be right.
He was taken as wide receiver like 8 on the air?
Somewhere in there.
He's
number
45.
One, first round pick.
Yeah, 45 right now. That's just.
And honestly, 45 feels kind.
It kind of does too, to be honest.
He's had one game inside the top 30, and then it's number 6 finish where he had 90 yards and a touchdown. It wasn't even a great game. It was 90 yards and a touchdown. His other finishes at wide receiver 30, 31, 42, 56, 50, 60, and 46.
Yeah.
1 receiving touchdown on the season.
And 1 rushing touchdown.
So I guess out of the Jacksonville wide receivers, how are you? Is it Mayer, Washington, Thomas for you?
It's Brian Thomas, Parker Washington, and Jacoby Meyer. We're just going to see something this week where I think it kind of clicks.
I hope so. Just not. I'm not. I guess leaning into it as far as expecting it. Trey McBride, easy play. Strange. No. I want to see how he does out there. But like Trevor Lawrence, I have no faith in him at this point. So it's nothing but a pipe dream.
Yep.
Who wins it?
I have Jacksonville winning.
In Brisket, we trust. Taking the upset. Taking the Cardinals. Let's go to Vegas. Let's talk about this. Another. Oh, this makes sense. Okay, this makes a lot more sense. All right, we got 2-8 Browns taking on the 2-8 Raiders, playing for a draft pick at this point. Essentially, over under is 36 points. Vegas is favored by 4. Shador Sanders getting the start this week.
Where do
All
you
right, let
have
me
him
ask you
ranked in your?
this:
Okay, ask away.
Are the Raiders' defense and the Browns' defense the two highest scoring players out of this game?
No.
All right, well, let's dive into it. Really, do we have to talk about the quarterbacks? Or what do you want to?
Where is Shadur Sanders ranked for you on your quarterbacks list?
Let me scroll.
Oh my goodness!
I've got him at 28 right now.
I bet he's a top 20 quarterback this week.
I can see him. I might eventually. So I have Mason Rudolph and Aaron Rodgers in here just because, not sure on a few of them. So he's kind of backed out because I've got double quarterbacks on a couple of these. I bet he probably finishes. I bet I have him ranked somewhere around 24, but you think he's top 20?
I'll go top 18 if it makes you really want to be spicy.
I was just curious. Okay, give me the just good matchup.
I think it's a good matchup. I think Oakland is terrible. I genuinely think they'll be able to run the ball with Judkins, and it'll open up the pass game. I think Fannin, Njoku, Judy, all these guys, I think it's going to be a good game. And I just don't know if it's going to be the rest of the season that they all hope for Shadur Sanders. They're going to see this game and be like, he was great. What happened? It's against the Raiders.
Yeah, I hope so. Keeping expectations low because there's a few pieces in here that the Judkins and Genty. That's truly what I need across a lot of my leagues. Judkins, it's been pretty bad as of late. As kind of my issue with the running backs here with Cleveland, they don't have a good game script. He doesn't catch a lot of passes. It's not going to be great for him. So this week, he could get in the end zone at least once, maybe twice, and I think that really makes his day. But that's what you're looking for.
The problem what I see with this is that whenever they bring Dylan Sampson in, I think it's kind of clear they're going to pass the ball instead of run it. So this offense kind of gets predictable too. That's the only thing is that that's what I'm looking at. It's like Judkins has very limited targets, and then Dylan Sampson has a lot more targets than he does rushes. So it's just this is like a no-brainer offense kind of thing. You got to switch it up a little bit.
Yes, Stefanski, let's step it up, buddy. Otherwise, I'm going to take you out of my top 3. Genty, I think what you're banking on is this passing work that he's seen since the bye week. 8 targets, 5 targets, 5 targets. That's his best chance at scoring points against Cleveland this week. I've got him closer to 24 than I do 12 this week, but I don't like it.
I agree with that.
Wide receivers, I think if I'm going to take a shot, it's going to be on either Tillman or Judy, honestly.
I'll lean Judy.
I think Judy too.
But I'll lean Judy. Yeah.
Yeah, Tillman. I think Tillman might be the better talent. You've kind of swayed me over to that, but in this situation, I think it's going to be PPR monster. One of the issues with Sanders is he just took too many hits in college, took so many sacks. So for him to rectify that here, he's got to get the ball out quick, and that's going to be going to Judy and Fannin.
Yep, that's what I hope for.
And then who's this other guy? Bowers? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, he was broke last week, but no, he was actually pretty good last week. I'm talking about the week before in Denver, but no, you're starting him though. Regardless of the defense, if what he does against Denver is what happens here, you're upset, but you drafted him, you have no choice.
Nice. Who wins it?
Cleveland.
Let's go Cleveland. Unfortunately for their draft stock, but Myles Garrett, they got to keep him happy. They're going to get a couple wins here.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, divisional battle rematch. It's the 8-2 Eagles taking on the 4-5-1 Cowboys in Dallas. It's a 47.5 point over under. Philly's favored by 3. Dak Prescott, it feels trappy. He's right in that level for me in the ranks where quarterbacks start dropping off and I can kind of switch them out. Didn't do well the first time against Philly. This is in Dallas. Should be a few more points. Talk to me about Dak.
So my thing with Dak is that I don't think it's going to happen against Vegas, right? Where he throws 4 touchdowns. I think it's going to be a battle. I think he's going to have a game kind of similar towards Arizona, maybe a little bit better on the points wise. I think he'll throw for a touchdown. He'll probably throw a pick here. I actually expect him to finish closer to QB1 than I think. Where do you have him at? You have him outside of your QB1?
No, I think I've got him at Oh, I was down there with looking at Shador. I was like, I really got to scroll. I got him at 11, but he's
Okay.
just outside. Like my top 10, I feel really good about. 11 to 15 is where like I feel like you could interchange all these fellas.
Yeah. I just like Dak this week. I think at home they're starting to heat up a little bit. I think it's a good matchup. And it's a division matchup. Obviously the Eagles are the better team. We both know that, but like it's a division game. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Just like Javonte falling in the end zone for 2 touchdowns like he did in the first matchup. Only 54
Yep.
yards. I don't know if that I could see him getting in the end zone once, but like Jalen Carter's going to be in this game. He wasn't in the last game because again he's got a spitting problem as well. He just won't swallow. So I think that's what happens in this game is Javonte Williams gets swallowed up a little bit.
Yep.
Saquon Barkley.
It's a bad year for him, man. That's really what it is. Like he's still a running back 1 by the definition of he's 11 on the year, but it's just he's not running like he was last year. He's not running wild because again, we've talked about it. Like the offensive line is, they got older. It's just older guys and they're still good. They're just not as great as they were last year.
50% of his games he has not scored a touchdown this year. That's a big issue.
I mean, when they are getting down to the goal line, it is just tush push. But that wasn't the problem last year because he was breaking off these ridiculous runs. So
for the wide receivers, we got Pickens and Lamb on one side, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith on the other. How are you breaking down this wide receiver unit?
Well, A.J. Brown had his week last week because he got mad. And I don't know if it's going to happen again this week. I'm going to go CD. I'm going to go CD Pickens. I'm gonna go CD, AJ Brown, George Pickens, Devonta Smith.
I think that's where I have it. Part of me wants to swap Pickens and AJ Brown, but on that I would have to be all in on Dak. Then that would where I'd have to lean to Dak being closer to 1 than 12 if I believe that. I'm playing all 4 of them. I'm not able to move away, but it could be ugly in this game.
Oh man, I'm looking at Dallas Goedert already. I'm just like, man, he was so great, and then I'm just like, he's been so bad these past 2 weeks.
That's what we sat there and begged the Eagles quit using Dallas Goedert so much, quit using Goedert so much, and they did, but they're not using anybody in replacement.
Yeah,
so now no one is you're happy with.
Yeah, so no one wins when you just take him away, I guess. So
Ferguson and Goddard fall in that tight end 8 to 12 for me. They're still tight end 1.
You play
but
them.
Less likely to score a touchdown than we were playing them earlier in the season.
Yeah.
Who wins this one?
I'm going to go Dallas. I'm going to go with the upset here.
I like it. I was going to go that way too. Always love me a good upset. Last game in the 4 o'clock slate. And you know what? This makes sense now. We've got 7 in the 1 o'clock slate if you're East Coast. And then you got 4 in the 4 o'clock. You got the Falcons and Saints. Gross. You got the Browns and Raiders and the Jags and Cardinals. And then the Eagles Cowboys. They fucking set us up so we don't have to see all the bullshit games. They're trying to force us to watch the Eagles Cowboys game.
I'm going to thoroughly enjoy all those bullshit games too.
Right? Red Zone, you better hit me hard on those other 3.
Exactly.
Another divisional game here. We've got the 3-7 Falcons taking on the 2-8 Saints. It's a 39-point over under New Orleans. 2.5-point favorites. Falcons will be without their no Michael Penix. 9 months. Torn. Was it ACL or PCL?
ACL.
ACL? Okay. Yeah, somebody else was. Oh, I think it was London was the PCL. So, yeah, we've got Kirk Cousins in this game. Tyler Shuck on the other side. Need I say more?
It's gross. It's just, this is a gross. Really, when it comes down to it, there is 3 people that are worth mentioning. I'll say 4. You know what? I'll give 4. That is it.
I think I'd put Shador over both these guys.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think I go Shador, Tyler Shuck, and then they're just lower than low Kirk Cousins.
Yes. Give me Rudolph. I'll play Rudolph even if Rodgers plays over Cousins.
Yeah.
For the running backs, I think both these guys can be talked about here. Bijan, of course, the ceiling is I've got him at RB8 this week. Gone are the days of ranking him top 3, I think, for a while.
Yeah, just because I think you and I both know what's going to happen. They're going to try to bottle up him to force Kirk Cousins to throw the football to checks notes Darnell Mooney and Kaderil Hodge.
Yeah, and I almost who's this? David Sills. Oh my God,
Yep.
he's 29. Why is he wide receiver three? I haven't even heard
Casey
of this fool.
Washington. Yeah, it's gross.
Alvin Kamara. I know it's been rough, but he got 25 opportunities last week. Atlanta's it's a tough defense for sure, but like I'm willing to do it.
No, I'm right there with you. I'm going to start Kamara. He's starting to. I think he's starting to get a repertoire with Tyler Shuck. So I think they kind of figured it out. It probably took a couple of games, but I'm okay with Alvin Kamara.
And then honestly, out of the pass catchers, I think Olave and Juwan Johnson are the two I want to play out of this group.
Yep, that's it.
Mooney, I'll put him out there as wide receiver 3 if you're in a deep enough league. If you're in the shit, Kyle Pitts too. He's in that like he won't find the end zone, but like no, it's gross. It's bad.
Just saying, Kadero Hodge had 8 targets last game, and Darnell Mooney had 7.
Yeah.
I play Hodge over Mooney. Yep, I'll just play. If you're going to pick one, I'm going to pick Hodge over Mooney.
Oh God, I think I'm still going to play Mooney over him. Okay, but it's not pretty. This
is worse. This is like what if you are in my situation of 3 of your starting wide receivers are on bye, I'd pick Hodge over Mooney.
Yeah, there's nothing really leaning either way. That's gut call for me. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's all we're doing. What? Who's the winner?
I got New Orleans.
Yeah, you think the Falcons will play a little harder because they just don't want to give the Rams a top 6 pick, but right now it's a top 8 pick, and it's only going to get worse, especially if the Saints go to 3-7 with them. That's so bad, bad. Next up, Sunday Night Football. This one, 6-4 Bucks taking on the 8-2 Rams, 49.5 point over under. Rams are favored by 7. And I kind of alluded to it earlier, so let's go ahead and get into that hot button topic. I have Matthew Stafford. I've got him up at the top. I've got him at quarterback 7 this week. I have Baker Mayfield at 16.
That hurts to see Baker that low because like I have the leagues that I have Caleb and I have Baker in, and I just like have to rotate between the starts of those. So, but yeah, it's like first off, Matthew Stafford being QB 6 in the year is crazy. That's just nuts.
Mister, what does he have rushing yards wise? Like 7.5? Oh my God, he has -9 rushing yards on the season.
Well, yeah, because they're winning, so it makes sense.
I know, but like still, you gotta. There's always a rushing floor we talk about for these top end quarterbacks. This is -9 yards. That's wild.
Yeah,
Baker, it just hasn't been pretty. Unfortunately for him, like he's been below 200 passing yards in 2 of the last 3, 2 touchdowns in 3 of the last 4. 2 total touchdowns in those. Like, it's just not great. Like, right now, he's having to lean on 2 rookie receivers. Abuka's great. He's amazing. He's talented. He's going to be an awesome wide receiver in this league. He's still a rookie. You know, he was doing great. He scored 5 touchdowns in his first 5 games. Second 5 games he's played, he's got 1 touchdown. Mike Evans is gone, so now the coverage is fully on him. Chris Godwin, I don't think he's going to be back this week. It's an uphill battle. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to see something similar to Buffalo. You know, Tampa Bay is going to keep it close for a while, and then the Rams are just going to pull away.
I agree with that sentiment. I think Tampa Bay is hurting, but luckily in their division, like, I mean, Carolina is breathing down their neck, so to speak, but I just think, again, they could be 8-9 and they can win this division, so.
Yeah, running backs here, Kyron Williams, easy play. On the other end, I think we're both on the same boat that we don't think Bucky Irving's going to play this week. It doesn't sound positive.
It doesn't sound appealing. Well, they came out and said he's not going to play. There was a source that said that, but then he's seen at practice limited. So I'm assuming it's just like he's a week away. That's how I take it as.
So let's no Bucky Irving then. Sean Tucker and Rachaad White. Do you play both? Do you play one? If so, who is it?
It's Sean Tucker's the one I want to play. I mean, Rachaad White just played himself out of that job. Sean Tucker's been very good.
And I think that even if Bucky plays, the report is that they're going to give him limited snaps. I think Sean, I almost called him Sean White. That's not right. That's not right. Sean Tucker, I think he is still playable, flexible, even if Bucky's in. But if Bucky's out, definitely I think Sean Tucker's the guy you look at.
Yeah, that's what I'm at with it.
Pass catchers. Who are you going for?
I mean, it's Puka, Devontae. Buka. Supposedly they have Godwin as some projections here. I mean, he was spotted at practice today. I'm under the inkling he might, unless Friday's a full practice, I'd feel safe to project that. But I mean, that's where I'm at with it. It's just those three. I don't want to start anybody else.
If Godwin plays, I don't mind putting him out there. From what
Yeah.
the sentiment around like the reports, it was attending practice Thursday,
Mm.
not even practicing, just attending. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it that he's out in this game. Tez Johnson, this defensive line's great. I don't know if Baker has the time to let these deeper developing plays for Tez Johnson happen. So I'm trying to fade away from that. And Kate Otten, you know how I feel about that.
Mm.
I'm playing Kyle Pitts over Kate Otten.
That's gross.
You want to go deep? You want to go deep? I'm playing Terrence Ferguson over Kate Otten. Higbee hit IR. Ferguson's looking good out there. Come on, man, lean into it.
I'd play Ferguson over Kate Otten.
Yeah, Kate Otten, you suck. JK, but not really. Who wins it?
I have the Rams.
I got the Rams getting the 7. All right, last game, folks. Let's go to Monday night. Going to San Francisco. 6-5 Panthers taking on the 7-4 Niners. It's a 49.5 point over/under, and 7 points. 7-point favorites for the Niners this week. Brock Purdy was back in action last week, so he falls in my top 12.
I mean, I agree. I think this is a good matchup for him. He did great last week against Arizona. 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. I mean, it just depends on how they want to attack this game. If they want CMC to be the focal point or they want the receiving game to be the focal point.
Let's go receiving game. Game. Because then CMC can still play. Bryce Young threw for 448 yards in his game last week. 3 touchdowns. Where, would you play Bryce?
You know how, Kirk Cousins terrorizes Tampa? Bryce Young terrorizes Atlanta. That's the theme. I don't know if you noticed that. Last year, he eliminated him out of the playoffs. He also threw for 400 yards against them as well.
Is this? Dang. All right. Yeah, I was just pulling it up. I was trying to see where it was. Damn, he did.
And it was in Atlanta, too. He did it. So it's in Atlanta, I guess, specifically, is where he terrorizes them.
Yeah, 251 and 3 against him in that last game. He was out for their first game. That's funny.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, super flex leagues, I could see, more
the
of
appeals there in a super flex league. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an upside to him. Running back, it's going to be Christian McCaffrey. It's Rico Dowdle. 2 of the best running backs we've got this year.
Wouldn't have said at the beginning of the year, but, hey, here we are.
No, not without getting ridiculed in the comments, that's for sure. Wide receivers, Ted McMillan, best day of his young career so far. Another dual touchdown game for him and 130 yards on 8 catches, 12 targets. So he's going to be in your lineup. How do we dissect the rest of this? We've got some Juwan Jennings. We've got some Ricky Pearsalls. A little Coker maybe.
I'm going to go Juwan before I go Ricky this week. I just need to see it, man. And it just, because I don't know what they're doing with it, but I'll go Juwan before I go Ricky this week in playing.
I'm right there with you. I like the idea of, we saw Kittle, his first game back. He dropped the goose. They just had him running out there, getting some reps, getting up to game speed. I like the narrative of how Ricky Pearsall was operated. Did not see a single first read target, so he wasn't a part of the game plan last week. Juwan Jennings does have that rapport with Purdy, so I imagine he might lead him in targets, but Ricky Pearsall's a big play guy. I'm still willing to put him out in my lineup this week.
Does Ayuk play 1 snap this year?
I think him and Joe Mixon will be playing the same amount of snaps.
Wow.
Out for the season if we didn't cover that, folks. Joe Mixon is.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. If they get to the playoffs, I'm sure they're going to need him. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Where you at on that?
If he's not back by week 14, I'm going to say he's just out for the year.
And he never re-aggravated anything, right?
He tore a lot, though. He tore almost every ligament, I feel like, in his knee. It was his ACL and his PC. It was something like that where it was multiple ligaments.
God.
Yeah.
George Kittle, you're playing him. Jadavion Sanders.
Of course. No.
No. It's 7 points to the Niners. Panthers, when they are underdogs, is when they come and screw shit up.
Yes.
I could see the Panthers covering.
I could too, but I have the 49ers winning.
Yeah, I've got them winning, but just 7 points. The wacky shenanigans that we get from the Panthers. I like chaos.
Yeah.
Nice. That's it. That's all we got for you, folks. Done. Brennen, what do you got for the people before we get out of here?
I've got a whole lot of nothing. Don't panic. Playoffs are coming, though.
Lock in, folks. Lock in. We got just a few weeks till the playoffs. Make sure you are hitting your waiver wires hard, staying close, looking at all of those injury reports that are coming out. Don't miss tomorrow's episode. We've got our prop show, our game picks. Been killing it, folks. We're on the hot seat, and it's not moving. We'll see y'all next time. It's at @too_much_Brian if you're looking for me. He's at @too_much_BMulk. Check us out on socials. Like, subscribe here if you're on YouTube. We'll see y'all next time.
Deuces.
Later.